I, Nischal on behalf of Nischal the Sniper, find it very honored and privileged to engage with our esteemed audience. At the outset, the purpose of the engagement is something that I want to focus upon. And then, of course, I'll go into the details to build the narrative. The agenda of this engagement is fourfold. One, how to help our clients, how to help our customers. First, to improve their ROI, which is return on investment. Second, how to increase the market share. Third, how to increase the market penetration. And lastly, and most importantly, how to create a brand. Having said that, if I had much latitude and discretion appropriated to me, I would have rephrased everything that I said. I wouldn't have said ROI. I would have rather preferred to say ROMI, ROMI, return on marketing investment. Because I essentially feel that despite what people believe, that marketing is essentially a cost, an expense, I, with a sense of certitude, assert that marketing is not a cost, it's an investment. I say investment because it will lead to capital appreciation, dividend, and profits. Point number one. I would have rather used the word mind share rather than market share. Why I say this, I'll explain to you. Third, I wouldn't have wanted to use the word market penetration. I would have rather preferred to use the word mind penetration. Fourth, I would have not wanted to say brand. I would have rather wanted to say cult. I would have rather wanted to say religion. In the discourse of my narrative, I'll correlate everything. But allow me to put things into context and dwell upon a serious problem which we are all bedeviled with. Indeed, what I am trying to refer to is the massive, I believe, yes, I would say massive, and I could even use the word humongous. I say the word humongous because it's very, very large. What is very, very large? The trust deficit in the society at all levels. People are just not willing to believe anybody. Everybody out there is lying. There's so much of misinformation. There's so much of misconstruction. There is so much of opinionated, vested understanding of the several things and issues that at times we are simply at sea. We don't know what to believe and what to reject. In fact, so much so that perhaps this world, me, you and everybody has turned into a paranoid world. What to do? How to solve this problem? The only way to solve this problem is by speaking truth. But perhaps given the complexities of contemporary world, it is next to impossible to be truthful. Does that mean everything in the market domain is 100% false? No, that is not true. I know at least 20% of the information, 20% of what people say, they say it with a sense of integrity and honesty. The Pareto principle I am trying to refer to, 80-20 principle. The world is essentially being run by 20% people who speak Turkey, who make no bones about it, who are willing to call a spade, no matter what the ramifications are. So in the world of cynicism, apprehension and skepticism, it is essential to believe everything with a pinch of salt. And in fact, I would suggest, not with a pinch of salt, but keep a bucket full of salt, chili and pepper, so that whenever somebody is lying to you, you just throw into his eyes, and the next time you won't lie. I say you all this because no matter what I say, digital marketing, social sniper, who we are, our core values, anything that I say perhaps would be believed with a sense of cynicism. However, I still would like to assert as highest disciple, that our core value system, that our core differentiator, that our core USP is honesty and result. Our only driving force is honesty and result. That is our DNA. Yes, I know it is difficult to believe because people have been deceived. Digital marketing company, which we essentially are, there's so many mushroomed across on pan-India basis, so many. And everybody is making tall claims that I'll increase your profit by 50%, 100% within 3 months, 200%, 500%. And people believe, trust, and they engage with the digital marketing companies, and eventually they found that they could not find much traction in terms of return on investment, much resonance in terms of return on investment, market share, market penetration, or for that matter, creating a brand. So, subterfuge, chicanery, deceit is very rampant. It's very, very difficult. It's next to impossible to believe anything. However, there is always a silver lining even in the darkest cloud. There is always a sense of hope, a silver lining, even in the deep, dark dungeons of darkness and despair. Now, having tried to claim that we stand for trust, I would switch over to a more germane issue. And then, of course, I'll correlate. The digital world and the physical world. The boundary between the digital world and the physical world, is it blurring? Is it melting? Story. So, I was trying to refer to that the physical world and the virtual world, which is the real, which is the digital world, which is more real, the physical world or the digital world? Perhaps many would say the physical world is more real, and in fact I would have preferred to believe it. Unfortunately, due to contingent technical glitches, I will no further be able to deliberate upon more germane issue, which I promise I'll do once the technical issues are sorted out. Thank you.